Hey guys, J-Man here. Thanks for joining me today on Wednesday for the Women of World Wrestling stream. I was just on the Comic Vets stream just now, just got off that. So back-to-back streams talking about comics and what we got. We got I'm a little late because we got into a scuffle about how useful Indiana Jones was in Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I always have this argument with people. Big Bang Theory, I despise that show because of that damn thing. Well, I don't despise the show, but it irks me that they talked about Raiders and made fun of it and said he wasn't important in that. And then I had a big discussion over it, and then we had more discussions over it, and we're just going to continue discussing that forever. Now, how did it go? Forever. All right. So updates. This Friday, we are doing a very special stream, and we're going to be talking about our favorites from the Batman 66 TV show. So we're going to do our 5 favorite villains, our 5 favorite characters who are not villains. We're going to talk about our favorite episodes, and it's just going to be very loose. Clobberin Times is going to be joining. Sean will be there. I'm not sure if anyone else wants to come on, if they know about the show enough to come on. I'll see if Steve wants to come on. So that's going to be this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I wanted to firstly just quickly thank my Patreons. So of course, Dan, who signed up right away. So I appreciate that. So thanks to Dan, Sean, of course, who you know, and Joe and Mark. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. For anyone else, if you do want early access to my comic book and movie reviews, it's patreon.com/jman77. You all know that I got kind of burned. I really got burned badly by YouTube after 11 years of hard work. So everyone said, why don't you just go to Patreon? So I went to Patreon. That's it. Link is in the description. What are you going to do? You got to do what you can. So that's on Friday. And then Monday, we're going to be doing the Legion of Superheroes stream with Sean and Clobberin Times. And that's every Monday, except for the days that I'm on Earth B, which is every second Monday. I'm on Clobby's channel on Earth B, talking about Bob Haney, who's just our favorite person ever. So let's get on with today's stream and bring in my co-host. Howdy ho.
Hey.
All right, Joe. Yeah, there will. I mean, my notes are like half a page. So, hey, Phantom, how's it going, man? Thank you. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, hey, Joe. So, and Brian was here earlier too. Nice. Hey, Brian. And the Stream Elements robot. So the AI is watching us. Thank you, AI.
Thank God.
Thank God that we're being looked over by our wonderful AI.
Skynet is still alive, thank God.
Oh, I'm getting messages here. What is all this? Oh. Apparently another channel that I follow is going live now. Well, it's too late. I can't go. I can't do anything.
What can you do?
Sometimes it's fun going on everyone else's. You know what it is? It is, I gotta say, it's very fun. Like, because when I go on Clobby's channel, it's fun for me. When I go on Chris's channel, it's really fun because I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Like here, I'm like, I've got to click shit. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't click that. I actually started talking once and didn't go live. I was like, I'm not live right now. What the hell? I'm like, I thought I hit live. And then you got to make sure you hit all your comments. And then I'm like, I just forgot to put a poll today. So it's like, there's all this crap you got to remember to do. And then I'm like, I was like, these Legion streams, I've got to share screen. I've got to get my stream going. I got to get Twitter going so I can respond and post the stream there. I got to make sure I invite the guests and have the comic book ready and sharing the screen. And then I was just on Clobby's channel this Monday. I was like, this is awesome. I put these two things in and I'm like, okay, there you go. Let's just talk comics or whatever. Also Mantor. Oh, Mantor.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many. We have lost
tons. We just lost
so many
draws.
Draws. Yeah. There's been, I feel like there's been a lot more this year than we've had recently. It feels like, I don't know, maybe maybe it's just like, I'm in a lot more wrestling like groups and stuff, so I'm seeing this stuff pop up a bit more and more. There's actually something that popped up that I wanted to talk about today because we didn't have very much, and I've completely forgot. Crap, what was it? Oh, damn it! What was it again? I've completely forgot. I completely forgot. I'm gonna have to give myself the.
Oh my god!
No, I completely forgot. It's like I'll remember what it was. It was women's division related, so it made sense for the stream today. But yeah, I mean, so SmackDown, we had Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte, and they're running out, and it's just not. It was just like a nonsense segment, really. I like Bianca though.
Yeah, I do too. So she came out, Asuka came out, and she always looks like she dresses now like someone's mom. Like she's got the slacks,
yes,
and the running shoes and the sweater, and I'm just like, okay. And she never wears the face makeup except when she's wrestling.
Yep.
She just comes out as Asuka, and then she's like, she doesn't even start talking. Basically,
yeah, she just comes out, and then someone comes in.
Bianca, and then Charlotte came out in the sparkliest outfit ever, and she got involved.
There you go, Joe.
Mantar, man.
Oh my God, is there a figure? That must be custom. That must be a custom figure.
Yeah, there's no way.
That must have been a custom figure. I can't see them making a figure. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, her outfit was see-through, sparkly. I don't know. People were like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then Io came out, and then Bailey came out, and it looked like Bailey was trying to help Io cash in.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's interesting, because they've been teasing this breakup forever. It's like if Bailey's helping Io, that's kind of cool.
I don't know who's breaking up anymore. Apparently, breaking up is hard to do, as the song goes. Because Judgment Day seems like they're all tight, unless I missed something. I kind of we'll talk about NXT, but when Judgment Day is on, I just half pay attention.
Yeah,
because I need to pay attention for Rhea a little bit, but I really actually like Dominic, Dirty Dom. Now that's they're calling him Dirty Dom. I guess that's going to be his thing. So I don't know if it doesn't look like they're splitting up now, or unless it's a really slow split up. I don't know.
No, I don't know what they're doing. I'm confused. I think the writers are confused. I don't know anyone who's not confused. It's
what's this bullshit?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I say. I don't know what's going on, but I did enjoy Io coming out and trying to cash in, but it didn't work out. Because that just adds another layer to the feud.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe's right. It was literally 40 minutes of the Bloodline, the fake trial, and that. I'm like, someone needs to be fired.
Yeah,
I know that.
I was fast forwarding so much that my thumb hurt. My thumb has not hurt this much since playing Final Fight. It's like without a stupid rapid fire controller, like a turbo control. I'm like, oh my God, I don't care.
No.
I start to my wife's like, did you lose a little bit? I was like, I pulled it all out. It's everywhere. I was like, I don't need to go to the barber this month because I'm just I do my own hair, but it's I don't have to cut my hair this month. It's it's just so boring.
It's boring as piss, man.
It's so boring. And they did lose, right? Roman lost in that text. So so the Usos are beating Roman and whatever Solo Sikoa. So
yeah.
What does this have to do with anything?
Does this mean Roman's going to bring out less belts now? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know if Paul Heyman knows what it's like to come out without 7 belts around him. I think he's literally in his contract now.
Yeah, get ready. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's hilarious? Joe's right. People are eating this up. I heard people be like, Oh, yeah, it would have been mid-90s actually, Phantom, because I'm sitting there thinking like, Mantor, there was a time when that would go over, and then there was a time it wouldn't. And I think the mid-90s is people start to really go, ugh. Like,
Yeah,
and all that stuff. Yeah.
I had to look him up when Phantom mentioned him because I remember when I saw him.
Yeah.
Those gimmicks, that was like he would have been one of the last of these kind of silly gimmicks. Like that was in the very tail end of like these are not really going anywhere anymore. So I had a hard time remembering what he looked like or whatever. Like draws, I remember obviously because he was around. But like again, it's still we're losing a lot of them anyways. Like regardless of how popular or their gimmicks or whatever. Like it seems like a lot of them have been passing away. Anyways, yeah. So more Bloodline. I mean, 3 million views. Like I get what the thing is? This is like when people were walking around saying, I didn't think Titanic was that good. Well, $1 billion thought it was pretty good. I didn't think the two Avatars were super amazing, but apparently billions of dollars later, what does J-Man think? Who gives a shit what J-Man thinks on this? I think both Avatar movies and Titanic are all passes. Like I've got nothing against them. They're all good movies to me. They're all good movies. Yeah. Titanic is better than those two, but both Avatar movies are good movies. I bought them on 4K or whatever. No, first one's Blu-ray only, I think. The second one 4K. But this isn't like the best thing cinema has to offer. But it doesn't matter. It's $1 billion. Like this is the Rob Liefeld. Oh, Rob Liefeld. I'm sorry, he sold 5 million copies of X-Men, or X-Force. So even if he sucks or not, at some point in time, people liked him. Money talk. Hey, Double C, what's going on? Hulk Hogan's still around.
Yeah.
He had a great interview that I watched, which we can get to. We're gonna have time for sure because SmackDown's already done and it's been 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We're already done. Anything you want to add about SmackDown? Or are you good, Steve? Because we can just move on.
What happened on SmackDown other than that?
Nothing. It's done. We're done. SmackDown's done. It's like
that's atrocious. Anyway.
It took me about 5 minutes to talk about Patreon and stuff, and then SmackDown. I talked more about Patreon than I did SmackDown. People are gonna be watching. We get actually a lot of views after the fact.
Yeah.
It's so after the fact people come, they're just like, why is this guy talked more about his bullshit than he did about the topic that at hand.
SmackDown was weird. I remember even when I look back, I always check to see what happened before I actually sit down and watch the show, and I'm like, so nothing. 4 matches? What?
God, it's brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah, Billy Graham,
Yeah.
So Iron Sheik, I started wrestling before WrestleMania 2, but WrestleMania 2 is not the benchmark, I guess. That's my starting point where I say I can for sure know that from WrestleMania 2 and on up until, I don't know, Steve, you would even know maybe what WrestleMania was, it like 20 or something, or I don't know. I never missed anything.
Yeah.
Like anything. I never missed a show, like a Saturday Superstars or a whatever's, any pay-per-view, never missed like any of the shows on TV. Then I stopped and only watched WrestleMania or maybe Rumble sometimes. Like we would watch some of the main events, but not the daily show or the weekly programming. Right. Then I came back hardcore about a year or whatever ago for the stream. Prior to that, I was watching a little bit. So Iron Sheik was like kind of around, but not.
He was in a tag team. He was not the main event guy.
Yeah.
When I remember watching him specifically.
I feel like Big John Studd, those guys.
Yeah, Big John Studd. Well, Studd was embroiled in this thing with Andre Giant, and there was a whole
power
body slam thing, and they body slam.
Yeah,
Big John Studd and whatnot. I think it was Tony Ellis who did it, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember, but
one of those guys.
Yeah, but I remember Iron Sheik was definitely a figure. He was one of the thumb wrestlers. He was one of the LJN characters.
He was in a tag team, though. He was in a tag team with Volkov when we were.
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, so that was Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, and then he would come out singing they'd have their flags and sing. And then obviously I remember when he was Colonel Mustafa or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That I remember obviously.
Volkov was Croatian, I believe.
He's Croatian. Yeah, I'm Croatian as well. So he was Croatian. But Russian, like anytime I watch anything with Russians in it, I can understand. Oh, we just watched something with Russians. What the hell did I just watch? Oh, Spy Who Loved Me. So we try to watch every so often. We try to watch a good movie. So we usually watch 2 good movies on the weekend. So this weekend we did Fiddler on the Roof. Have you seen Fiddler on the Roof?
I've seen Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh my god, man! I mean, I've seen it a bunch of times. It is a bloody masterpiece. And Topol.
Yeah,
I don't know if he won the Oscar or not, but he's one of the
for sure.
He's nominated for sure. He's one of the best cinematic characters ever. Like I'm bloody serious. Like top 10, one of the best characters. And I watched Spy Who Loved Me because we were like, let's watch like I was like, I want to watch something fun.
Yeah.
I was like, and my wife hasn't seen. She likes Roger Moore. She didn't when I showed her For Your Eyes Only. She didn't like Roger Moore at that time, but then we watched Persuaders, and she loved Roger Moore. So it's like, well, now we can watch again. So I said, let's do Spy Who Loved Me, and so that was a great movie. So yeah, we try to watch 2. I try to watch 2 good movies, one every Saturday and Sunday, and then I also watch Killer Darts and Sword of Swords. So I have some Shaw Brothers as well. So let's see what was he saying?
Yeah. When Bachman was champion. Yeah. There was
that
a
was
really
all right.
good Edge Grayson Waller match. And I think yeah, he was huge.
Yeah, did he beat Bob Backlund, and that was the big reign. Like that was
one of the longer ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended his reign, and now I did not see that match. So that has to be pre WrestleMania 1.
No, right? I did see that match. And I believe it was back
when was that, Steve?
It was in the early 80s. I think 83-ish.
Sheik versus Bob.
82 or 83, I think.
Oh, they got the full match. We can watch the full match. That's cool. If I share that stream will get immediately shut down.
Yeah, they'll kill us.
What was the main event of WrestleMania 1? That was like Roddy Piper and
Orndorff versus Hogan and
Mr. T. I don't think that was very good.
Not really. No.
Actually, I think WrestleMania 2 was way better. That was Hogan and Bundy, right?
Yeah. But I think there was 3 main events for 2.
Yeah. Was that we had it in different places at the same time?
Yes, it was the one in 3 different places. One of them was Mr. T versus Roddy Piper in a boxing match.
Yeah. That boxing match was awful.
Yeah.
And the thing is that Mr. T, I love Mr. T. Funko Pop, or not Funko Pop, got a bobblehead of him over there. I had him as a toy. 18 is one of my favorite shows. He's a tough guy. Mr. T was a bouncer. No shit. He's a tough guy. But he was the first example of the Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Get someone who's like a badass in real life, but they don't translate well as like a wrestler who can like do things, right? Like he didn't, it was a bit weird.
It was weird. Well, Piper got disqualified because he body slammed him in the boxing match.
Yeah, that's dumb. But they had an interesting idea with that. We should do like a special where we go through all the manias or something. That might be an interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah,
that'd actually be very interesting.
He was out as tag team.
Yeah,
he went to tag team. Hogan. It's when Hogan became champ, they just start feeding him monster heels, right? Like Bundy and Kamala.
Yeah,
all those guys, right?
It's all
like
big, huge guys.
Yes,
Pedro Morales.
WWF.
So
Pedro Morales, one of the best IC champs ever, if not the best.
So, oh my God, so that's WWW. That's pre. Yeah, that's really old.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Oh man, it takes me back, man. I love to grab some of those old wrestling magazines. I used to get some of those here and there. And they were really cool, like those really old school ones.
That's how I read a lot of them. Pedro had the white IC championship belt,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
Cody
man.
brought back when he became IC champion.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
So it was a month later. If that, then it would have been 84. I think Hogan was 84. The thing with Backlund had a back injury during that match, so he wasn't really at full strength, and that also sold it. That also played into the Cobra Clutch, right, which was supposed to stretch your back out. Yes, Rosemont Horizon, I think, for Chicago. I remember that for sure. Madison Square Garden for New York.
Yeah, that's awesome. Between Sonya and Asuka. Oh, that's Chelsea Green. The one right underneath Steve? That's Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green.
That's Chelsea Green or whatever.
Yeah, still don't get that.
I don't know why she says that.
Grand Wizard. Man, it was
Don the Rock. Yeah,
it was good. The three. I remember I saw a picture. It was the Grand Wizard, Freddie Blassie, and Lou Albano together. It was.
Man,
it was pretty good.
If you were with Freddie Blassie, you were like instantaneously like hated.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to show that, but what was?
So Grand Wizard.
Let's see, Grand Wizard.
Freddie Blassie.
Let's see what that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
This guy.
Yeah. He
had.
I remember.
The turban.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, this is like way.
Yeah.
This is like way before.
Yeah. There you see it. It's Lou Albano, Grand Wizard,
Freddie Blassie. Well, this Hogan thing that I watched was really cool because very candid. They said, "Were you guys ever worried about about your win-loss record personally?" And it's like, and Hogan was like, "Not really." He goes, "When we went to the house shows," he goes, like he just like pick your city, like, okay, we're in San Francisco or something, I don't know, whatever, and we're here. It's like, okay, well, if we come back, so then he goes, then they look and be like, okay, who's the big guy in San Francisco? Who's a pumped up guy? And they're like, if that guy, wins, it's like, okay, he won, whatever. If he loses, then they'll be like, oh, we hate the guy that beat him. And then they want to come back to see what happens the next time they meet up. Will he win this time? So it's like Hogan's like, they didn't really think too much like, oh, should Hogan win and keep winning? It's like, it didn't matter. I think now though, because things are televised and everybody knows what's going on the internet and everything, they're thinking like, ever since this, modern age, whenever that started, like in the 80s or something, they probably start to think more about that, where it's like, well, yeah, but Hogan was saying they want to prolong it. He's like, if this gets solved on one match, then you have to start over with a new thing again. He goes, whereas we can prolong it and get, can we get 3 matches out of this, out of this feud or whatever? Can we, it's like, I win one, you win one. And, they as opposed to thinking, well, Hogan has to keep winning because it's Hogan. Like they didn't really care. And Hogan's like, I didn't care either. It's like, we're just there to do our jobs or whatever. So it was interesting. It was a good interview. I don't remember who it was. It's brand new. You could just look up Hulk Hogan interview. I'm sure it's on there. Oh yeah. He always made predictions that never came to pass. That's the best. 89. First started watching late 89. Hogan champion. Discovered NWA. Yep.
Yeah. The NWA.
Yeah. I just watched, what did I watch the other night? Sometimes I'll just throw on old matches for no reason. It was, Warrior versus Savage with Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair, like going around the ring or whatever. And then Savage won through interference, and then he was all beat up though, and then like Warrior held the belt to him or whatever. It's neat to sometimes just go back and watch. And they're all on YouTube. Like you can find these in 2 seconds. I own all of the WrestleManias like on DVD or Blu-ray. Like. Streaks really started with remember Goldberg
100 win streak.
Yeah,
that's true. Like Goldberg was the one, and like I remember when he started out, and I saw this guy, and I'm like, he's huge, like he was big and strong, but the thing is that he didn't have many moves.
Yeah, he just comes in and spears a guy or whatever.
He just came in and squashed a guy, and I'm like, that's a smart way to hide the fact that the guy really can't do much other than a few moves.
And now he's Adam's coach on the Goldberg's TV show. Coincidentally. All right, let's talk about Raw. We had Rhea coming on saying we run Raw. Yeah, okay. You know, we're going to take the titles, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We had Bex versus Zoe. And she hit Trish, and Zoe won. She got the
win.
Not
necessarily the clean win, but she got the win.
So what'd you think of that one?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, Zoe continues to impress. Becky was the first person I saw who blocked the Z360.
Yeah, that was cool.
You know, Becky pretty much can carry a match, and Zoe can carry a match. So the two of them put together a pretty good match. You know, and Zoe winning is fine. She needs to build up the wins to get credibility. Becky doesn't need that. You know, Becky is the man. She just shows up and people are excited for her. So,
right. Oh, Jim Cornette. Yep.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of his Jim Cornette shoots. There's like Honky Tonk. Okay, so Honky Tonk Man, Jim Cornette, Greg the Hammer. They're like the three go-tos for these these shoot interviews or whatever. They're awesome. It's just like, oh, this guy's trash.
Cornette is probably one of the most vocal about today's product. I always remember him showing up with the loaded tennis racket, and I was always like, how is that possible? How is the tennis?
Yeah, like what's with these physics? Wait, how did what is in it? Like, what is it? Made of iron or something? Like, I don't get it.
Is it titanium?
It's an adamantium.
Yes, he did. But he did that other stupid thing where he punched the window for real, and Kevin Nash called him out on that. He says, "Yeah, he punched the window for real. He was just supposed to. I don't know. He wasn't supposed to start punching out windows, and he did in a limo, and he ended up screwing up his hand royally and screwing up the match they were supposed to have. I remember Nash talking about that with the NWO stuff. Yeah." Goldberg was one of those guys who got too excited sometimes.
Goldberg.
I always remember, though, Jericho versus Goldberg was hilarious because Jericho kept getting lost on the way to the ring. Like, he'd end up outside the arena. He's like, oh, this isn't the way.
This isn't the ring. What happened here?
He's like, I'm on my way to the ring. Yeah.
Zoe beat Bex. Yep. They both tried to grab the rope. Zoe rolled up. Becky for the
top rope drop kick. Yeah. I mean, Zoe's very good in the ring.
Arn Anderson, he's good too, yeah.
Arn Anderson.
The tennis racket is it's like a lightsaber blocking the...
Well, it shows you how hated he was. People were throwing batteries at him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that would really hurt.
Yeah.
Well, Nikolai Volkov was speaking about when we were talking about it earlier, and like he'd get really hated. Man, those Russians, they just can't help but be bad guys.
Well, they would sing the Russian national anthem and people would just be losing it. And then I
started to memorize it as a kid because he would sing it all the time, and I started to sing along with him. Like, this is pretty good, you know. Like, he started singing that.
Well, and then
Nikolai Volkov would please like to ask that you rise for the national anthem. It's like,
yeah, they start singing it. And then Iron Sheik would be like, Iran #1, Russia #1, USA.
But yeah, how can they both be #1?
I don't know.
It's like Mr. Sheik.
He never explained the accounting there or the numbers.
Yeah,
but I didn't want to ask him. He might suplex. He threatened to suplex the Cocaine Bear. So there you go.
Iron Sheik's the best.
He was one of a kind, man.
Yeah, he was one of a kind. All right, so we had Maxine Dupree. Woohoo!
Yes, we did.
Graduating.
He said, "Take off the robe," and I was very excited.
Yes, take it off. Take it off.
I was like, "Yes, finally!"
Fine. Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for.
Woo! You got a.
That's literally what I did on my.
Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby.
how Liam did not burst out in laughter during that entire thing.
I had that left over from another stream. I was like, I'll give Gyron one more time. I love Gyron. He's awesome. Okay, so Maxine graduates. Okay, and then the Viking Raiders. Like, I mean, she did one move and she gets graduated. Like, what is this?
She graduated from the Alpha Academy. We could conceivably graduate.
Yeah, I think I could do it. I think I could graduate.
Do an arm drag, J-Man. That's it.
That's it. So, anyways, and then the Viking Raiders came out to do nothing because.
Yeah, no, everyone thought they were just like two guys from the parking lot. There was zero reaction. And Valhalla attacked.
Why are these cosplayers coming? The Northman is not in theaters anymore. You can watch it on streaming or buy it on 4K.
Vikings show has ended.
Vikings has ended.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
no one. Everyone was like, really? The entire audience was just really, and then Sarah Logan, aka Valhalla, came up and attacked Maxine Dupree from behind because apparently, as much as Maxine Dupree is a novice, Valhalla still needs to sneak up behind her and attack her because
right,
she didn't pick her up front.
Right. I mean that's it. That's kind of uneventful.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that really piqued my interest was when he's like, "Take off your robe." I'm like, "What?" This got way better very quickly.
It's like, ooh, that's my favorite. Yeah, it's like now we know why Raw is the best. It's like, oh my god, I gotta hold on a second. I'll find that one. Let me see. I don't know if this will work, Phantom. I'm gonna get it for you. I've got a couple here for you to try. So let's see if they work. Okay, Phantom. Let's see what we can do here for you. I'm taking requests for overlays now.
Cool.
Let's try this one. Yeah, that'll work. Let's try the next one. See if that one's better. Yep, they both work. So you can tell me which one you like better, Phantom. While those are uploading, we got Shayna and versus Emma. Oh, here you go. We've got this one. And then we've got this one, which is clearer but shorter.
I think the second one's better because it's not blurry and you get the gist.
Yeah, okay, so I'll keep that one.
Yeah, Emma versus Shayna. Shayna came out as a heel, so I'm like, I guess, because basically she was just playing with a deck of cards and Emma's like, thank you for taking out Ronda Rousey. And Shayna's basically like, well, now I'm going to take out you. Basically, like, I don't remember the lines, but that's what I got from it. And then Emma didn't even get to show us her wonderful ass before she ended up on it. Shayna just kicked her. And, like, Emma, I don't know if she got any offense, and I think she may have threw a punch at one point. But Shayna just destroyed her. And then Ronda came out, and she was booed.
And I can't tell what the writers want me
to feel.
Like, yeah. Do they want me to like be on Ronda's side, or do they want me to be on Shayna's side? Look, I don't know Shayna Baszler, and I know Ronda, and I'm a fan of Ronda, so I'm with Ronda. That's it. But
so,
like
traditionally, if someone is blindsided by another person from behind, the person who is blindsided, if they're heel, turns face.
Right.
And if the person who's doing the blindsiding is a face, they turn heel.
Yep.
If they're already healed, they just remain a heel. So I thought it was pretty simple that we had Ronda do a face turn, and that was it, just before she goes out, which made sense because I'm like, if she's just going out, she probably wants to go out as a face.
Right.
Then the next Raw happens. Ronda comes out. She's booed like out of the building. Shayna shows up and she's cheered, and she sort of gives a face-esque speech, like, "Oh, had enough of you." And as soon as you start talking about my beginnings and I put the together, and I'm like, okay, so Shayna's the face, even though she did a heelish thing. Okay. Then this Raw came, and I'm like, okay, she's beating up. I don't know what Emma is. I don't think Emma knows what she is. But Shayna just destroyed her. Yeah, probably. It's still better being an Impact. She destroys her, and then Ronda came out, and Shayna's like, come in the ring, come in the ring. So she didn't run, which is generally what a heel does. So I'm like, okay, so she is a face? And then they fight briefly, and then Shayna leaves. I'm like, yeah, I got nothing for you. I don't know what I'm supposed to your point, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what I'm supposed to feel or think, so I'm just like, sure.
Yep. We had Liv and Raquel, Chelsea and Sonya, and then Rhea was there. I love Chelsea, where she's like 3 strikes you're out. Basketball, and she said the wrong thing.
Yeah, she said the wrong thing. Yeah.
Sonya and so they actually fought Kaden and Katana, Chelsea and Sonya, and they won. So that's pretty.
Kaden and Katana are taking too many losses.
Yeah, what the heck?
The tag champs. I don't like that. Chelsea Green had perhaps the most brutal sunset flip I believe I may have ever seen in my life. It is conceivable that a blind paraplegic man could have done it better than she did. It was literally like, what is happening? She looked at one point like she was, I can't even explain it. It was the slowest, most awkward sunset flip ever. I think it was Caden Carter who she did it to, and I think Caden helped her out a lot to get that sunset flip over. It did not look good. Chelsea Green is a great character, but her in-ring work is awful.
A lot of these people, because I'm on their socials, and they're just kind of like, look, me and my husband are hanging out, and it's like, it's okay, or
practice.
You can practice a bit, maybe.
I'm just saying.
The problem, wrestling has become like, wrestling has become weird with some people. Like, I mean, like if we're looking at like Tiffany Stratton is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't stopped her from looking good, or right. Like, I get it. Okay. So sometimes, somebody wants to do their lifestyle thing. Right. So Chelsea's like, oh, I've got my pretty hair and I'm going out on the beach and all that with my husband or whatever he is. It's like, okay, but you need to practice, right? Like, I love the characters. The two of them together are great. Yep. I love the characters. You've got it. That's 100% down. You're good. It's like, but what is your ultimate goal here? And I feel that with all of them, or not all of them. We can go through one by one, right? It's like, okay, what are you actually doing? What are you actually doing? What are you doing? What are you?
Yeah, even if I pick like the people on this, taking the top and the bottom, when I look at Lacey Green, she doesn't get an opportunity to show what she's done. She looks impressive when she does things, but it's not very often. Ronda, we've gone through her struggles. Bayley, I can't tell with Bayley. Her matches don't look good, but I feel she's doing that on purpose because I feel like she's trying to get the character over. She's trying not to do the crowd-pleasing moves.
Right.
But it makes her matches suffer a bit. Becky is tops. She's
tops.
Posting. Raquel is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't want to think. Alexa has blown hot and cold. When she came back, she looked awful at times.
Yeah.
And sometimes she's looked good. It's weird with her. Shotzi generally is okay.
Yep.
Asuka, we've talked about her. Her work rate is great, and generally she on solid matches. Chelsea's just awful. Sonya is effective in what she's good at, but limited outside of that. She's a striker.
Rhea's awesome.
It's great. She's one of the best. Bianca is generally really good. Awesome. Yeah. Io is hit or miss.
Right.
Aerial moves pretty good. Other moves pretty
not so good.
Liv, 75%, 25%.
You're right.
Generally good, but sometimes I mean, and
the other two are both awesome.
Yeah, like Cora still needs a bit of work, but she's getting there. And
Yeah.
Tiffany's there.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Tiffany could come up right now.
She can.
Yeah.
She can dump this title and just come up and be awesome and thingy. We missed a couple of comments though. Let's see. WCW used to use the mystery box care package. Blair Horseman get this thing.
I remember that. Phantom. I remember when the mystery box came, and then
I don't remember that.
Cactus Jack and Abdullah, because that was like, who would give those two guys as a gift like that? That was fun.
Fanta, or I can't remember his Dangerous Alliance.
Alliance.
Yeah, Lex Luger, Horseman. Yeah, okay.
They were behind everything. Yeah. Baylor. You know the thing of Baylor. Finn Balor is Finn Balor, not Baylor. Finn Balor is pretty damn good. I actually like watching his matches, but he can botch badly. And even Sammy misses a few. Some of them miss, but like there's missing, and there's a few of the times they miss, and it's surprising who misses. And then there's what the hell Chelsea Green did, which was the next level of missing. Like, it is, wow. The problem is that they're booked to win, and when someone does something like that against a team who does perform better, which Chance and Carter clearly do, you're like, this is not reasonable.
Yeah, like
I lose suspension of disbelief. I'm like, why is this person who can't do this move beating this
right.
team who does all their moves well?
I like Chelsea and Sonya's characters way better, but Kate and Quintana are like 4 billion times better as a tag team. Like, it's just like not even it's not. They're the best. They're the best tag team there is right now. And what happened to the Witches?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Like, I don't understand what happened here. They brought all these people back up. Now that you're here, you're not going to do anything. I mean, this is like sort of, we were talking about this at work, not in wrestling terms, but we're talking about in something else. And this is what I call the Jackie Chan syndrome. Guys, we just got this guy from China. He's crazy. His name is Jackie Chan. He does all of his own stunts. He's amazing. He's a big-time martial arts guy. He jumps over cars, jumps through cars, jumps around buildings, jumps off buildings, swings on flagpoles. He's great. Let's get him to Hollywood. Let's bring him into America. Jackie, you're here in America. Okay, you're not doing any of your own stunts. You're not doing anything anymore because now there's liability insurance. So you're just going to stand here and talk. It's like, well, I'm not really an actor. It's like, and my English isn't the best. Yeah, but you're Jackie Chan, so that's good. It's like the first American movie, like Rush Hour or whatever. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Why is Jackie Chan not doing anything? It's like, and he's funny because he's charismatic and he's a fun guy. But like, I'm like, where's and everyone's like, oh my god, J-Man, Jackie Chan, he's great. You're right, he's great. I'm like, no, he's not. He's trashing this in these movies. It's like, you're not watching the real Jackie Chan.
It's like the one guy who won't complain about it is the guy complaining about it.
Yeah, it's just like this happens all the time where people get pumped up for something that I like. That it's like, you've been telling us about this Jackie Chan character for so many years. We're finally seeing what you're talking about. Like, no, you're not seeing what I'm talking about. This is the trash version. This is not
what I was talking about.
This is not the real Jackie Chan. No, but so it's like, Katie and Quintana, you guys are fantastic. We love it. We love what you're doing. Come up to the main roster and lose all the time. Okay. It's like Daughters of Darkness, whatever, the Witches. It's like, Witches, you're coming up. It's like, we like this tag team. You guys kind of look good together. You're not going to be on TV anymore though. So that's it. You're not on TV anymore.
And you're going to drop the tag belts.
Yeah, immediately to Ronda and Shayna, who are then going to drop it to Liv and Raquel, who immediately, and everybody knows that you saw it. You saw Raquel and Rhea already having a bit of a spat. We know that that's where that's going to be leading. Yeah. These tag belts are, so why did you bother? I guess they're going to give it to Chelsea and Sonya.
I don't know.
Well, what else is there? Who else can take it?
I don't know. Like, I'm very curious to see what happens, but you notice the NXT tag team belts are gone now.
Yeah, they're gone.
Cannonball Run, yes.
Yeah.
You notice that the NXT tag belts are gone. Like, they did not come out with two belts.
Right. Unlike Roman.
2 belts. Roman Reigns does not do anything without a title belt.
They should give those tag belts that they got rid of to Roman. Dude, the next Roman Reigns action figure that comes out is going to have to be premium format because there's going to be so many accessories with these belts. Like certain figures, if you start adding more accessories, it goes to the next price level.
Why is Roman Reigns $100?
Well, it's like, yeah, man, why is this guy like $7 or $8 more than this? Well, he's got 17 belts he's got to carry, and he's got like, you know how many belts you have to produce for this guy? Like this is outrageous. Well, that was it for Raw. And we got NXT. Now NXT usually it pays off. So let's see. We had Judgment Day come out with Rhea. I mean, there's nothing to talk about there really. We can. Then we had Kiana James in the locker room having a fit.
So, question: where did Gigi Dolan get those photos?
I don't know what's going on with this. I'm kind of excited for random like personal attacks. I like when there's like personal attacks that like are obviously just fake anyways or whatever. Like I don't know, it's just very fun to me. I also like edited video packages. It's like did you edit that? Like I like the idea that someone like did Gigi sit down at like and use like Final Cut Pro or something, or I don't know. I think like I like when it's like it's just off the wall. You're like, yeah, okay, like or even weird thing, like even when someone comes in and like this is a Chris Jericho thing, comes in, he's like roll the tape, and he rolls the tape, and it's like all this random weirdness, and you're like, okay, Chris, did you edit this together? Like you put
this footage.
You got this footage, you put music on it, you did effects, like you did dissolves and stuff. Like I don't like, okay, I don't even do that. You watch my videos, it's like I don't even do it. I do 2 dissolves. I do a dissolve from my title to me, and then an outro from me to my outro, which is just 2 JPEGs.
Right.
Like my intro is a JPEG. It's just like one JPEG that moves.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even do animation on that. It's literally a still shot that just moves. Hey, Iman, okay, we got to do the. I got to address this in a second here, buddy. We're gonna talk to you in a second. They had 4 belts, yeah, and the tag belts are cursed. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. They have 4 belts in the same. Yeah,
I'm on Lance Storm.
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox Heritage Belt. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that.
Why is that a thing?
It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's just these baseball themed belts look kind of cool. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. I used to have a Boston Red Sox hat. I had so many poser baseball hats. It was crazy. I've been to 2 baseball games, one with Steve just recently and one like 100 years ago. And I had an Oakland A's hat. I had an Atlanta Braves hat. I had a Boston Red Sox hat. I had a Toronto Blue Jays hat. That's our team, Toronto. What else? And it's like, I literally watch 0 sports and 0 baseball. And I'm wearing these caps as though like I'm somebody. They're like, well, what do you think about Jose Canseco? I'm like, I don't know who that is. They're like, you're wearing an Oakland A's hat. I'm like, oh, is he one of the is he one of the A's? They're like, what does the A stand for? I'm like, it stands for it's athletics. I knew that, but it's just like, well, I don't know. It's just the letter A, isn't it? And they're like, it's like poser. Poser was like the worst thing ever you could ever be.
Coincidentally,
yeah,
I have an Atlanta Braves jersey and a Boston Red Sox jersey in my closet.
Nice.
So
I know. I like
the caps.
I like their logo. I just bought by the logos. I think Storm has the U.S. title. Cruiserweight, yeah.
At one point, Lance Storm was huge, man. He was like completely over.
Yeah. So when is the E and J Man show? I know. We got to do. I don't know. We've got to figure something out. We will figure something out. I can do live streams whenever. It's just that I've gone to 3 days a week just because of the whole YouTube thing. I don't. It's a whole long story. I'm good. I don't need an intro. I have my own thing. But thank you. Do you remember when Jericho listed 1,000? Yes.
Yes. Right punch. Yeah.
Yep.
Still going armbar again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho was genius when he was doing that. He had 1,002 holds or something. Man.
No, yeah. Well, Dean Malenko had 1,001 holds, and Jericho's like, I have 1,002, and I'm going to list them all for you.
Right,
and then it's like, but then the second and third one were weird moves.
Yeah.
Like
reverse Northern White suplex or something.
Yeah, and then number 3, right punch. Like it was like left punch, and then some weird one. Number 3, right punch. Like he just says the other name. It's like armbar. It's like, okay, I don't know. Oh, you're in Oakland. That's hilarious. Oh, you're a San Francisco Giants. You know who's a fan of that? Was Danny from what's it called? Full House. That's I like San Francisco. I like black and orange. My logo's orange based on the He-Man H.
From the Bay Area.
Yeah, 2 Red Sox.
The Red Sox one, the Yankees. I saw the Cardinals, the Cubs. I saw I was checking them out. Like a Blue Jays one, but I don't think there's a hope in hell they'll do one. Sports ball talk with J-Man.
Oh God, wrong person to talk to. I don't know anything. At A's tickets. Oh, nice.
Oh man.
Well, we saw them at that was the game when we just saw.
Yeah, the A's got screwed.
And they're done after, what did you say, Steve? Couple years or whatever?
Yeah, so they haven't gone through for the relocation yet, but they will be, I assume, this year and probably play next year, and then they'll be out and wait in Vegas playing somewhere, probably in the AAA stadium until the new stadium's built. Again, and guys, I haven't been to Vegas in probably 13 years now. I don't know where they're putting that baseball stadium. The Strip was packed when I was there, and I know they've developed it even more since I've been there. So I'm not sure where the hell they're putting this stadium, because I wouldn't mind seeing a game in Vegas, but like frigging hell, where are they putting the stadium?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we've been to Vegas. It's small, but anyway. Okay, so that was that in the locker room. Then we had Cora versus Kalani Jordan with Dana Brooke in the corner.
Yeah, this was. I don't know. I think this was like we have to have Kalani lose immediately. I have no idea why they did this match. Cora Jade doesn't need this match. Kalani Jordan doesn't need this match. Dana Brooke doesn't need this match. This was odd to me.
Dana Brooke needs shorter shorts.
I agree with that.
Like they were like super short. I'm like,
they were very short.
You could do another thumb.
Yeah, you could probably cut
a bit more.
There's still fabric covering your ass. Like, come on.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Dana Brooke?
No idea.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cora Jade, so just seeing her is good. I like this Kalani Jordan, man. She's pretty cool.
She's cool. She had some nice moves. Cora Jade, though, I'm baffled by her because, again, I kind of feel like her character work is ahead of her ring work. That DDT looked somewhat brutal. And I think the problem is that she did it too fast. Generally, when you grab a DDT, especially if you do an double underhook DDT, you should stand there for a second before you drop it to make sure, A, you have your balance, B, the opponent has their balance, and C, the opponent's preparing to take it properly.
It also doesn't look like an accident. Like it looked like it's an accident move because it looks like an accidental move. Like, oh shit, we did a DDT. Yeah. It's like versus where if you take a minute, or not a minute, but take a second, it's like boom. You can it feels like it's more deliberate. It's like, we did a DDT. I think we kind of just did one.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because she dropped it. She let go of her arms like halfway down, and I'm like, it's like when the pedigree isn't done properly and the person's arms are not hooked. It just looks odd.
Yeah, that's like me getting into bed. I just kind of go down.
The J-Man's finishers go to bed.
My niece did it. I hate when people talk about their kids, but I'm going to do this for my niece. She's 4, or she will be 4. She tried to, you know how like okay, like I have a piece of paper and it's part of a notepad, so I rip it out of the notepad. So she was trying to rip it out of the notepad and it ripped sideways. Like and she's like she came over. She was like, I can't even rip a piece of paper out of the notepad. And then she was straight like this and face planted like into the couch, like out of disgust for her inability to rip it.
She pulled a Ric Flair. She
pulled a Ric Flair. That's the first thing I thought of. She face, and I was like, I don't think this is really that big of a deal. Like I don't talk cute with my niece and nephew. I talk normal. I was like, this doesn't seem like a very bad problem. I said, I'm not really concerned about your problem right now. And she got up. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like she's playing a character. Like she's doing it. She's very funny. Like she's funny. She's like, I can't. She's like, I can't even rip a paper out of a notebook.
Just
and I was
no
like, are you seeing
you're
this?
like,
yeah, like I said, I was like, she's very funny. She does a lot of funny little things. Hey, Comic Cap. Oh, hey, Comic Cap Collectibles. Was that Rich? Was that you who was just on with me on Chris's channel? If that was you, am I subscribed to you? Because I don't remember if I am. You won't be able to put a link in the channel. If you want, comment on one of my videos or something. Yeah, that was you. Why don't you send me? I don't know if you're on Twitter. Type out your channels. Type out your channel and just put .com like DOT because it won't let you put a link in my stream. So I can I make sure I'm subscribed to you. Because he's a big X-Men guy, and he's showing all these comics. I'm like, they're all right behind me. I'm like, I've got them all right over there. So unfortunately, I'm allergic to current Marvel comics. I don't really buy them, but X-Men, yeah, a big X-Men guy. He got a lot of great. He got a first Dark Phoenix slabbed, which mine isn't slabbed. What else did he get? He got the first one right after. I think it's either the Death of Thunderbird or the one right before it. It's like the one right after Giant Size. I'm really bad with numbers. I will never know a number. Like I think it's X-Men 101 is the Scarlet or the Dark Phoenix. Sorry, Phoenix. I've got the first Dark Phoenix, the first Phoenix, Emma, Kitty, Polaris, whatever. All right, let's go through a couple of comments before we continue. So new A Stadium. Okay, so yeah, we talked about that.
A little further south. Okay.
Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake is just like the best.
Damien's Death Trap. That's what it stands for.
At best, someone sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Snake that roll. I'm a big time Honky Tonk Man fan. We know that. Jake the Snake, obviously Arn Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Arn Anderson.
Had a wicked one.
I like Arn Anderson. You know those the real 4 horsemen, like the first ones were awesome.
They were.
That's maybe the best. Man, that's one of the best factions.
No, it's the best. I think
it is the best. Yeah, I was thinking like
it's them. It's Fabulous Freebirds would be there. Trying to think who the hell else would be up there as a top faction.
I mean, like, do you count like where they do I guess Heenan family? That doesn't really.
I mean, you got to do the original NWO before they got 700 members.
Oh, original NWO, I would say is awesome. Yeah. Just the 3 of them.
Yeah.
DX. Do you think DX is pretty good?
Yeah. Again, the original.
Yeah, the 2 guys with China and all that. Like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson. Yeah.
And Ole Anderson.
Yeah.
Before they start, like when Paul Roma joined the Horsemen, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? One of the young stallions is a freaking 4 horseman."
I don't like that.
No, he was young stallions. Then he was Power and Glory.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy just didn't hit. And then you put him into 4 horsemen. 4 horsemen is what you give the guy who's going to be a main eventer. If you look at the guys who made 4 horsemen. Like Barry Windham was in there. He was awesome. Lex Luger was in there. Sting, right?
Right.
You put in top guys. You don't put in Paul Roma. Sorry.
Right.
What they were doing there.
Yeah. Oh, I've got. Okay. There you go, Rich. I subscribe to you. I'm such an idiot. I just went on YouTube while you're in the chat and found you that way. There you go. All right. It's like I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I wasn't able to think about that. I'll put your link in the chat here, buddy. Get some people to subscribe. So I only met Rich like 5 minutes ago, but he likes Jean Grey and X-Men, so that's good enough for me. That's how I judge all people.
Yes.
If you like X-Men, they're trash. You're a trash person. I'm never speaking to you again. Leave.
Go away.
Go away. Sid Vicious, yeah. Oh, you met Buff Bagwell? That's awesome.
Yes, Bagwell, man. Oh,
yes.
Sid Vicious.
Well, Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious being anything is hilarious.
Him laughing during that entire shock match. And then Ric Flair had to leave. And there's a cardboard cutout of Ric Flair in Ric Flair's place. My stomach hurt. I don't know what I don't know what I ate for dinner, but my stomach's been hurting, and I'm like, I can't laugh. So we're not doing any of the
that stuff.
We're not doing any of that stuff this stream. Everyone likes to see me laugh.
No quad stuff, Brian.
No quad shit this time around. We had Tiffany versus Ivy. Ivy Niles just like she's like a short. She feels like a bulldog or something.
She's a bulldog. She actually put up a good fight. I was impressed. I think it went well. Ivy Nile is underrated. I think she should get more wins, but she's not going to be Tiffany's threat. I did love the you tapped out stuff. Thea Hale, I love how she was there talking to Chase, and they're like, "You're not done with Tiffany Stratton yet." And she's like, "I'm not." Like, I love how she's just like, "Oh, I didn't think of that. I'm not done with her. I thought
no way, I'm not done."
It's like, no, you got a rematch. Oh, okay, awesome. Like, she's so excited. But yeah, Nile versus Tiffany was pretty good. You got two people who can perform in the ring. The one thing I got to point out, the Dragon Sleeper that Ivy Nile put on Tiffany was super weird because she hooked her arm behind her back. And I was kind of like, I've never seen that. Oh, Chelsea Green was trained by Lance Storm? Wow. If Lance
got to do better.
He's a good technical wrestler, so I have no idea how that happened.
Oh, Lance, come on. Sid Vicious was extremely over. NWA visited.
Oh.
In the middle of the 80s, the crowd loved Sid. Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Like,
didn't Sid say, I don't have half the brain you do to Nash, and he meant the other way around, and it's just like looking at him like, what are you talking about?
When wrestling slogans go wrong. Good night. I'll play my Town Talk. Where's my Town Talk thing? Where is my Town Talk? Oh, here it is.
Sex with furniture. What do you think?
Just her reaction. She's just like, no, do not give me that microphone. I will not.
Yeah, no.
This is just.
Oh my god.
And then next we had Blair Davenport, I think.
Oh, so we had Blair Davenport.
What is
interview?
Wrong? Did you see her eyes? They're like half open. Yeah, it was weird.
I have my big glasses on, so there's a shine.
Yeah, it was odd.
It was weird. Yeah, so she just said a bunch of random crap.
Ivy now by Schism.
Yep, Schism.
That guy, leader Joe, whatever. He wasn't dressing like one of those Home Depot people who like you can go to and find out where the nails are, like he normally does. I'm like, someone should be asking this guy where the freaking, like the outs.
Where are the faucets? Where's the kitchen faucets at? Line 3.
Yeah, like he always. I'm like, he looks like one of those home hardware guys. Like, do you go to and you're like, I can't find, the frigging, piping. Like, where's the piping? I need to find the piping, or I need to find like, the lumber. Where's the friggin' 2x4s? He looks like that, and like, what is Ava Rain doing? Like, and I can't stand the bald guy with the weird eye and the suspenders. I was looking at him and I'm like, Rip Fowler. I'm like, why are you dressed like this? Who are you impressing? I can't stand Schism. They are
No, I
weird, but
know.
they're not weird in the way you want them to be weird. They're just
They're
weird.
boring weird. And I don't know, the way Ava, whatever her name is, what's her name again?
Ava Rain.
Ava Rain. The way Ava Rain talks,
Oh,
there's
I
something
can't.
weird. There's something weird with the way she delivers her dialogue, and like, and she doesn't move her mouth a lot. It's just like, we're in the schism and we'll get you.
She
And
literally looks like a puppet. And she's so tall and thick, and she leaned forward and to talk to Ivy now because Ivy now is shorter, and I'm like, is she gonna kiss her? Like, what is happening? Like, and you're right, it's literally like her brain. There's a misfire to her jaw, and it's like you can see she's saying stuff, but her lips aren't saying stuff. It is
right,
literally like one of those terrible Hong Kong out of sync dubbings that we all make fun of. It is
right,
that. It's awful. I
yeah.
cannot stand. And who are all those people with the yellow masks? I like. No, no. I don't know the Creed brothers that well. I didn't really get into their stuff, but just no. Please stop Schism. Please stop them. It's bad.
I just could not get pumped up for her. I don't know what it is. Who has the best music? Oh, I'm going to address that in a second. Let me see what I got here. Okay, so yeah, that was that, and then we had Valentin or that Leon or something, and Ferrari.
I had
I don't even get
no
it.
idea what they were saying.
Right.
And I felt like it was just the men were hitting on them, and I could tell they were saying no. It's just their accents were kind of thick, and I was like, and they sort of switched between Spanish and English, and I was like, yeah. Here's the problem when you switch between languages, like Asuka and Ayoskai do.
Right. Yeah, you've lost me.
I'm like, because when you're speaking English, I still think you're speaking Japanese. In this case, I still thought they were speaking Spanish, so obviously they weren't.
Right.
And I was catching a word here and there, and then like two guys showed up and they left. I'm like, right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Wait, what? What's going on?
Yeah, I felt like Hispanic men were hitting on Hispanic women. Other people showed up, Hispanic men left. That's pretty much how they did that entire thing.
Yeah, and Double C, I got this one here for you. So I had this intro made a while ago, but I took it down because of reasons. But now I don't care, so I will put it. I'll play it for a second. You can see. None of you, I don't think anyone on this chat has seen this intro because I only used it, I think, once like a year ago.
And
so the pictures are old.
Yeah.
The pictures are old, and Sean does not look the same as this anymore. There you go. So I made up. I was like, we should be the new Nerd Order.
Yeah.
so then I was like, NNO. So I started doing that as my thing. So I don't know if so far I didn't want to play it too long. I didn't want to get
shut down
or whatever. But there you go. That is without a doubt the best theme music for anything.
Yeah.
So there you go. What else? Did we miss anything? Did we address this? Yes, we did.
Yeah. Pillman, Steiners, and El Gigante.
Oh, yeah.
Pillman, man. Oh.
Yeah, he was
yes, I remember this. I remember hearing this one. Bob Eaton and Stan Lane were over to Midnight Express.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From anywhere once, yeah. Maybe. That'd be interesting if they were.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know that.
The case, and that is awesome.
I didn't see that. Thanks, Double C. Yeah, I saw. I didn't use that because YouTube's bullshit. So, but now they're screwing me around, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, they had the Judgment Day thing at the end. For me, what's the time? Oh yeah, we can go for a little. Go a little bit more. We'll go for another maybe 5-10 minutes, and then we'll end off. But like, was there anything else that like women related or non-women related that you wanted to mention? I'm gonna see if I can find that. I had there's. Damn, there was an article I was reading that was interesting, and now I can't find it.
The SummerSlam, which is surprising to me because right now I'm looking at the matches that they're lining up, and I'm kind of like, they're obviously going to do Bianca versus Charlotte versus who's it? Asuka. They're going to have Shayna versus Ronda. Rhea versus Raquel. I'm getting a little bit tired of Rhea Ripley being a sidekick. I don't know. Like, it's just not doing anything for the women's division, having her as a sidekick to the men. It's sort of expressing that, hey, the women's division really isn't worth it. So we'll have the rest of the women just tangle with the men all the time. Because it's not worth having her in interesting feuds or anything. If you think about like the only interesting storyline going on in the women's division, really, I think, is the Bianca Charlotte Asuka thing. Other than that, there's not really a lot going on. Ronda versus Shayna is just a typical feud.
Right.
It didn't really. It came out of nowhere. Don't know where everyone stands. I don't know what they're going to do at SummerSlam, and I'm not excited for Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes again.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Jey Uso versus Roman.
I can't find that article. If any of these people beat Roman, I'll absolutely barf.
Yeah.
Because all of these super great competitors can't win, but one half of a tag team can win. Like, no.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, right? Like, it can't happen, and it won't happen. What you'll probably see is a Solo Sikoa will turn on Roman, but he won't win, right? Like, or Solo Sikoa will help Roman win. Like, I don't really know. Like, the frustrating thing is that so they have Seth Rollins as the heavyweight champion. Seth Rollins comes out with 1 belt. Roman Reigns comes out with 3.
Right.
So optically, who do you think is the best? Is of the tiering? Who's the top tier?
Right.
It's Roman. You're having him go against a tag team guy for the belt at SummerSlam. I don't care what the storyline has been. Main event, Jey Uso, all that's great. Jey Uso's not winning the belt. So that's done. Seth Rollins, what is he doing right now? Is he fighting? Is he still fighting Finn Balor? Is he fighting Damian Priest? Can the audience stop singing the theme song for 1 second like that?
Yeah. Oh.
It's not that good either. His theme song is not that great. I don't get it, but anyhow.
Yeah, what is it? Burn it down, or what does it say? Like,
oh, wow. Whatever.
Yeah,
I like the Becky Trish Stratus. What's her name? Zoe Stark thing. I do like that. But Becky can carry almost any storyline. Just carry it.
And she's going to, and I mean, that will conclude. Like, the thing is that I can see a conclusion coming.
Yeah.
This Roman Reigns thing is like, when is this? And you know what? The other thing is like, Sammy and Kevin Owens are kind of dragged into it. They're not dragged into it, but it's like, I feel like it's like they're not. I guess I don't know if they're part of it. They're not. I guess, but it just feels like it taints their thing for me. I just can't get pumped up for them because it's like, so if the Usos can beat Roman Reigns, then they can for sure beat like are they gonna beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
No.
then? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like
the tag team who's going to win the belt off them is Indershire. They are being pushed as these two monsters, managed by Jinder Mahal, and they're going to take the belts.
They're going to take the belts. Okay.
Like I see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being successful for a while, but when it's Indershire, they're going to lose.
Okay.
The U.S. belt is barely seen. I like Gunther versus Drew McIntyre, but are you going to give McIntyre the IC belt? Probably not.
So I thought he was on his way out.
His contract is up early next year. The thought process is there's plenty of time to sign him.
Right.
So I think they said it wasn't a contract thing with him. It was an injury and a personal issue he had to work through. I'm like, all right, whatever. Bobby Lashley is MIA. He's a guy who could have competed against Roman Reigns, but he is MIA. And
where is Bobby Lashley?
I have no idea.
Is he injured or what? Like, what the hell?
I have no idea. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe, did LA Knight appear on SmackDown last week?
I think he appeared somewhere because I remember seeing him, but I don't remember what he did.
I mean, that's another baffling thing. His music hits and people die. And I'm kind of like,
yeah.
How is this guy not holding a belt? How is he not holding a belt? Because again, you either have you should always have the belt should be enhanced. So you either have a top guy holding it or you have a guy being chased by a top guy.
Right.
Right? Rhea Ripley makes sense. Asuka makes sense because Bianca and Charlotte are both chasing her.
Right.
And Io Sky. Okay. What they're doing with the women's individual belts is fine. What they're doing with their tag belts is poop.
It's garbage, yeah.
Garbage. But the men's belts are okay. Rollins makes sense. Roman doesn't. He stopped making sense a while ago. I'm lost on. But the secondary belts, like Gunther's a top guy, cool. But the U.S. belt is weird. Austin Theory has completely lost whatever momentum he had. He's been with Pretty Deadly lately, and I'm kind of like, does anyone care about these guys? I don't know. It's off. Yes! Brian, I saw that too. She was very happy to get that Chen in NXT. Ellie was in a dark match. He attacked Hit Row. Hit Row is barely still employed with WWE, and you got a guy who literally his theme music hits and the entire arena pops. And he's attacking Hit Row on a dark match.
I don't know.
Wow. See, the problem is,
I feel like half the belts are like boring.
Yeah.
Like it's like Roman's is a tombstone. It's just dead.
It's dead.
Seth Rollins, it's like, okay. Is there anyone who's really going after it right now? I don't
Balor,
really
they're
know.
doing Finn Balor. They have enhanced Judgment Day to the point of that, but I don't think Finn Balor's the guy going over on Seth.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The women's stuff is okay right now because we know it's going to be Raquel who's going to go after it.
Yeah, and then Becky eventually.
Yeah, and then the tag belts are just horrendous.
Yeah.
In both. Well, no, I mean, who's going to fight Sami Zayn and get like? There's no one coming up right now unless you're going to.
Indershire's going to be the one who takes it. Other than them, I have no one.
Yeah. So when are they like? When is that going to happen? Or is that even? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like okay. Okay, so
down a lot of the titles. Yeah, Yeah, I noticed that, Brian, when everyone's like, oh, LA's too old to push. I'm like, Priest is older.
How old is LA Knight? 30 something?
41.
Oh, 41?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good though.
How old's Edge? 49.
Whoa, wow. Edge is older than I am.
Yep.
And he's pretty good shape.
Yep. People forget about that. Like, you can wrestle. If you take care of yourself, you can wrestle well into your late 40s. Right? But Priest is older. Yeah, he's an older guy. I'm like, why let him have Miss Money in the Bank? That whole thing, listen, I'm telling you, Damian Priest is a solid mid-card wrestler. He shows up and people are like, oh, that's cool. But LA Knight shows up and people lose their shit.
LA Knight.
He's like 1982.
Yeah, 40.
40. He'll be 41 this year. Now look at Damian Priest.
Like he looks like he's in pretty good shape, right? Like when he comes out and stuff. Yeah, 40 September. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can push him. He's not too old, but you can't push LA Knight because he's too old.
Yeah, that's fake.
When the guy you push is older. Like I said, I got nothing wrong with Damian Priest. He really got enhanced by going into the Judgment Day, because until then he was spinning his wheels. So that's perfectly fine. But like, don't give me that crap. Like, they just didn't want to put it on LA Knight because everyone expected it. And WWE has lately been all about not giving the fans what they want. They wanted Cody to go over Roman at WrestleMania. They said no. They want LA Knight to win Money in the Bank. They said no. All under the pretense of, well, we want to keep you guessing. Yeah,
but we wanted Maxine Dupree versus Scarlett in the nude. They said no.
Yeah, they said no. And we asked them 3 times.
3 times.
Nicely,
very nicely.
And they're like, no, go away, you horny man. I'm like, seriously?
Rhea and Dom are the best.
Buy a cardboard cutout of Rey Mysterio there.
Yeah, let's see that again. That was great.
It's a cardboard cutout, and they're like, yeah. I'm like,
look at this. The stuff. Mysterio. Bail me out, mommy. Oh my god, I need to get a bail me out, mommy shirt. Oh, there's the family.
There's the whole family. Back when Dominic was doing his Best Buy days.
I'm gonna do my hair like Dominic Mysterio. Gotta get that. I can do it. I used to have a ponytail.
Yeah,
so I can do it.
You want to have the full mullet and that?
Oh man, I love mullets. They're badass. Anyone with a mullet is badass. Anyway, all right. Well, shit, we went a lot longer tonight. But we did have a lot more interaction today, so thanks to everyone who came in. I watched. I don't know if I want to do something on Superman or my adventures with Superman. It's kind of not great. I've got a new attitude, because of the YouTube pissing me off. My new attitude is like, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah. Like, I'm not letting things pass anymore. Yeah. It's like if a Superman cartoon is just okay, then it's a fail. I just read, so this is coming soon. I pre-ordered this, but I read it. I was able to read it. So I'll give everybody like a super 1 second, sneak peek. I will be reviewing this. and I'll just show you the graphic I made for it, which is
Nice.
Superman versus Meshi. It's a manga, and what it is that Superman, it's Clark Kent, and he's on his lunch break, and he goes to Japan to try out different like food there. So he gets chicken yakitori and stuff, and it's like, and he's still fighting. There's still an alien fight because it shows why he went there, because there was a fight. So it's like even they understand there needs to be
Action.
It
was called Action Comics, so
yeah. Oh, Indy 5 fans, nothing really broke. Yeah, it did. It did break me. Now, look, and I talked to someone at work whose friend had seen it, and she said, well, she thought it was okay. She really enjoyed it, and I said, perfect. And I said, ask your friend, is she buying the poster? Is she buying the toys? No. Is she buying the soundtrack? Is she buying it on 4K? Is she buying the comics, the novel? No. Right. So I said, your friend's opinion doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't. My opinion on Avatar means nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like at some point in time, you have to realize to yourself that, you know what, my opinion on this, like I'd give Avatar Part 2 maybe like a 7 out of 10 or something, right?
Yeah.
Like I'd give Part 1 maybe like, maybe a 7 out of 10 as well. Like, it's like that 6, like 5's a pass. So it's good. Like visuals are perfect. Visuals, music, everything perfect. The rest is like pretty, like characters, pacing. It's like
nothing
okay.
special, but
nothing special, but like the visuals are the key.
Yeah.
And that raises the enjoyment factor a little bit. So it's maybe between a 6 and a 7 each movie. Right. And that means 0 because everybody went to go watch Avatar and brought their families and kids and their friends' kids and all this crap. And everyone watched. So my opinion means nothing. Indiana Jones is a very niche audience. It is us. We are the target. And they literally pissed us right off. And this, is it as bad as Crystal Skull? It's way worse than Crystal Skull.
It's so the problem is this what I call, and we'll end it pretty much on this, I guess. But my problem, and I've discovered this shockingly this weekend, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow, J-Man. Mm-hmm. Terminator. It's the singularity. You can actually take everything that you know about a movie and throw it out the window. Sitting there and
right,
especially as an adult, expending 2.5 hours of your time watching a film. If you don't have a good time watching it, it doesn't matter comparisons to Crystal Skull. But if I sit there and I watch and the credits are rolling and I'm like, wow, I did not enjoy that. It doesn't matter. It literally take everything you know about Indiana Jones and throw it out the window. I can tell you in Indiana Jones 5, I was bored out of my skull most of the time.
Yep.
I was unimpressed. I was bored. I do come in with an expectation of what I want an Indiana Jones film to be, and that was definitely far below my expectation. But it was also below my expectation of what a film should be. And I was bored.
It's boring.
I am paying my whatever exorbitant amount we're paying, $25 to be entertained. And I've used this before, J-Man, and you've known this. $25 for me equates to, 45 minutes of work.
Sure, yeah.
Let's just say. So that's 45 minutes I don't enjoy. So I don't want to take that 45 minutes I didn't enjoy and then increase it to 2.5 hours I didn't enjoy. Like that 45 minutes of stuff I didn't enjoy doing my day job to get money needs to go towards something I'll enjoy.
If you do the math,
I wasted my time.
Right. If you do the math like that and you say, okay, if you break it down to, whatever you make in an hour, if someone makes $30 an hour and it costs $30 to see a movie, then you have to say, okay, forget about paying, go work for an hour then once you're done that hour of work, now you can watch this movie. You're like, yeah, but that sucks. I knew that's funny. I thought of that too, Crystal Skull. You think we're the target on some market like us?
So, Brian, you're absolutely right. We are the target, but they market it like you're right. They're like they've marketed. We're like, oh man, they're going to do a good Indiana Jones movie. And when I was sitting there watching Indiana Jones 5, I was sitting there and it was. I'm sorry, J-Man, I'm going to say it. The Sleepaway Camp 3,
right?
Thing.
Oh, I gotta clip that.
The man is 80 years old. Why did I think this time would be any different? Why did I think Harrison Ford can do anything at 80 years old that would be exciting? Why did I think that? And I days after I've seen that, I was sitting there thinking, like, did I just not think about this? Did I look at the trailer and for some reason I was fooled? Why did I think this would be an exciting movie? It can't be an exciting movie. The lead actor is an octogenarian. How many exciting movies have you seen with an octogenarian? Probably not a lot. Maybe one or two. Maybe Clint Eastwood. I don't know. But not many. And I'm like, and certainly not something that needs to be at the pace of an Indiana Jones film.
Yeah. Yeah. And why? Yeah. Look, it's boring. You can, and people and other people are saying, oh, it's exciting. But these people that say it's exciting are the people that just go to sit at a movie. They probably check their phone 100 times. They bought some popcorn, chatted with their friend next to them, and went away and said that was kind of exciting. That's why I did that. My unplugged, unedited, unscripted, whatever, kind of rage thing where it's like, no, don't tell me you enjoyed it. That doesn't mean anything to me. Like if you're a film person, a film reviewer, a YouTuber, whatever, all I saw was people on Facebook posting their reviews. Right. And I said, I'm like, I'm not talking about my coworker. She's like, I enjoyed it. Right. Her opinion is meaningless. Like, but also she's not going on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube and posting her review and saying nothing other than, well, at least it's better than Crystal Skull. That's not a review. It's false. It's not better than Crystal Skull at all. Not even close at all to Crystal Skull. It's like, and you're not explaining yourself. Oh, I enjoyed it because it has Indiana Jones in the title and it has that orange font. Like, that's not enough.
Yeah. So this is the problem is that there's too much of the fan of the movie audience who are too easily pleased. You shouldn't be a cheap date for movies anymore. You need to demand excellence for your time and your money, because think of the time, what you had to do to get that money. Think of the time you had to spend at probably doing something that your day job you don't want to do. You find it boring. You find people annoying and all that. Right. Get your money. You want to spend it on something good. You should demand that the filmmakers who are allowed to do the job that you probably wanted to do, but you can't because of circumstances or whatever, the people who have the right to make the movies should be good at their jobs.
Yep.
Because they have the privilege of doing them. Anyhow, that's it.
Yep, that's it. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it off there. The link to my Patreon is in the channel. If you do want to support, I appreciate it. And thank you to my supporters who are there already. We're going to be back on Friday. We're going to be doing the favorites of Batman 66. So we're going to be going through all of our favorite characters, our favorite villains, our favorite episodes, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be on Friday. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in. This was a lot of fun going. I like when there's a lot of people in chat. It's always fun to go through all of that with everybody. But okay, so hopefully we'll see you on Friday. If not Monday, Legion of Superheroes. I know everyone here is going to be there for Legion of Superheroes because that's so far has turned into the biggest stream. But Batman 66 on Friday, man, that's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.